I can't worry about it, and I ain't gonna worry about it.
I ain't gonna worry.
You hear me? I'm trying to tell you.
That almost every day, and I ain't gonna worry.
And I ain't gonna worry about it. I don't know what happened, y'all, but we ain't gonna worry about it. But you know, so many people have the thought process that it's just sex, and it's not. It's not just sex.
Yes.
It is a whole person's soul attaching to your soul and connecting through the penis and the vagina.
I agree.
And so now we have made that connection, and we have interlocked.
Like, but we just friends. No, that's not how that works.
That's not how that works, and it happens so prevalent.
Yeah.
Where we think, it's just this.
Yeah.
We just friends. We just kicking it. Mm-hmm. It ain't that big
girl,
of a deal.
I ain't even sweating. Yeah.
I ain't even tripping.
Uh-huh.
And it becomes more and more and more. We talked before the show about how the guy went off on me because I didn't take him to the Burger Shack place. Which I shouldn't have been, again, trying to give a person grace and some space.
Right.
But people have the tendency to overlook that part of their relationship is so critical.
Yeah.
Because my ex-husband and I, we didn't have sex before we got married. Mm-hmm. And a part of me kind of feel like we should have, because
that's figured out something.
That's another story for another day. But, you try your best to make it work. Well, for whatever, But for those women that are single and those men out here that are single, how would you suggest they go about taking sex out of the relationship and actually collecting some data and some data from the individual that they're dating?
Yeah. Now, let me preface this with I am not a relationship expert. So
yes.
I'm talking about my situation.
Tell us about you, girl.
About my situation. People don't have fun anymore. Mm-hmm. Why does it have to be going Netflix and chill and all that stuff? Yeah. Let's go to carnival. Let's go to bingo. Mm-hmm. Let's go to the rec center and play some basketball. Mm-hmm. That's just how I am, because I knew I really wanted to find someone who was a good person. Yeah. All that other stuff, those were, cherries on the top. But is this a good person who I can depend on, and who I would want to hang out with, even if we were the same gender, or just someone I wanted in my life. So just having fun with someone. I go on all different types of pages to see different activities that's going on. Let's go make some pottery. Or let's just walk around and let's just be silly with one another, because I want you to love me in spite of what life is going to hand us, because it's not going to be easy, and some things going to happen. So I need to know that you got me. You got me. So building that foundation is, this how I started our interview. Gotta have that friendship. Got to. This is my friend. Got to. Through and through.
Got to. And you know what's so funny that you say that, because so many people fall in love with words and not the action.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or they'll just ignore the actions.
Let's go for the word, then ignore it. So many people fall in love with words because they're looking for someone to pacify their desire. So if you're telling me all the things I want to hear, you are the person for me. Yep. But that doesn't always mean that. That just means that they know you're a sucker. Right. And they see, because, there are men and women who prey on people who, around these times, when you're lonely or you're depressed, or, when you're late night at night and, you're going through a breakup or a transition and you're longing for that connection. Because if you're a people's person, or you want love, you want that warmth that you feel from another individual.
Of course. It's
companionship.
That's natural. It's a natural human element.
Absolutely. And people have an unfortunate way of thinking that this person has highest regard for me based off the verbiage that they use. Just you telling me all the things I want to hear doesn't mean that you're good for me. They used to say everything that glitter ain't gold. What do you tell people who oftentimes ignore the signs?
Ignore the signs. Well, I don't tell anybody anything because I'm not in a relationship again, so I can just speak for.
So okay, well, when you were dating, and you saw, what signs did you look for?
And I love dating. So before I got married, I was a serial dater. I was here, there, and everywhere. Honey, we ain't together. We just dating.
Yes.
I'm getting to know you. You getting to know me. I had no problem. I had a very fun single life, but I think that's because I didn't get too serious with anyone. And it wasn't until like, okay, I think I'm ready to be married. Let me get some stuff together. Cause I was a mess. So I'm glad we were pre-social media, because I was.
Well, listen, y'all. Some of us, we probably would be so discredited if social media was out as we were growing up, because, you know, people. So what signs did you see as you were dating? You were like, nope, you selfish. Nope, you stingy.
Oh gosh, what? I'm not even sure if I care. Like, I would say a selfish individual when I was dating. And I was like, as long as we're having fun, you know, I'm getting me a couple of meals out the deal. I wasn't so serious. I think people get too serious with dating. Where is this going? By the second date, where is this going? What is your 5-year plan? I'm like, let's go to the show. We gotta go.
Right.
Oh, I had a good time. Bye. You know, because you have to have a full life outside of dating. So I had girlfriends, I had family, I had community work. You know, I had a life that I loved.
Yeah.
So dating you contributed to that, but you weren't the star of that show. And so right now, I think as women, sometimes we're quick to make a man the star of the show before he is even auditioned.
Girl, I'm about to just walk away from this interview right now, because
you should be an add-on. Like, my life is lit, by itself, and that's the work you have to do first. What do you like to do? What does Robin like to do? What brings Robin joy? Okay, I know I like to volunteer, so let me sign up at this soup kitchen. Because that brings me joy. Spending time with my family, that brings me joy. So you know that if someone comes into your life and your life is already full, then if they bring us some mess, you're going to recognize it quicker than if you're empty and you just need to be validated and stuff. I just want somebody to be around me. If you already had that going on, and if they on some mess, you like, I don't deal with that, because I got these plans, I got this plan,
I got this going on.
So that's what I have to say.
And you know, being married for 10 years, that had to come with a heavy load of faith. Seeing things that are not as though they were. How important is it for people to understand having a relationship with God, sharing that love that God has for them, to allow that to exude to other individuals? Because sometimes, you know, we are frustrated with people when they don't do things the way we want them to do them. Because Valentine's Day is going to come around, and you're going to make somebody feel inadequate, or you're going to feel less than if they haven't gotten you a gift.
Right. Like, what is this?
You know,
I don't care nothing about no Valentine's Day. Now, you know, I've been married for a while now, and I'm just, that does not, it does not have a huge significance on
the relationship.
Love. Oh gosh, not at all. Like, honey, pay a bill. Hello.
You're listening to the Zsa Zsa. We are here with Robin Kinnie from Motor City Woman Radio. Listen, y'all, you ain't lying.
Just treat me the way I'm supposed to be treated. However, I will say this, and even through college, I've always been very stern when it came to my space and who I interacted with. My nickname in college was the Ice Queen.
Okay, Ice Queen.
I wasn't about no mess.
Yes.
So that carried over into adulthood. Like, I'll let you know when you have the stamp of approval to be part of what I got going on.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So I think you have to have that self-love and build the life that you want to have first before you bring in somebody else. Extra. Yeah.
And you know, the crazy thing is when people bring somebody else in their life and they don't like them anymore, they want to go out and get something else. And so now you have stepped out of your relationship because now you don't like what's in the relationship and you're not willing to do the work. And so now we have broken homes and broken families because now the love isn't there anymore, the faith isn't there anymore. And oftentimes there's so many side chicks, because you know side chick Saturday. We got Valentine's Day Friday.
Okay.
And then you gonna have side chick Saturday because they gonna
get together. You hipping me up.
I'm hipping you. I'm giving you the 411. I'm hitting you with the Mary J. Blige, the 411.
What's side chick Saturday?
You got side chick Saturday. Now that's gonna be the next day because he gonna say I wasn't available Friday.
I see.
You know.
So he's with his main.
He was with his main squeeze on Friday, and then on Saturday he gonna kick it with you.
I see.
So many people have these outside relationships because they're not willing to put the work into the relationship that they have. Mm-hmm. As well as the other person they're cheating with, thinking that I got something,
right?
Or I took something from you, or I'm gonna make him better because he with me now. When all you did was you just transferred. All you did was transfer the headache to you.
Right.
If somebody is cheating on their person, their spouse, their significant other with you, and then they leave them to be with you, what do you think they're gonna do with you?
I know. I don't see why people don't get that. Like, look how you got them.
Look how you got them. How long do you think this is gonna last?
Yeah.
Until they decide I've used you up enough to get me back on my feet. So now I'm about to dip, but thank you.
Right, but appreciate it.
And then the person, the woman or the man, is left with a broken heart.
Yeah.
And now that broken heart is transferred.
Oh yeah, it's all energy. It's all energy. It doesn't stop anywhere. It just gets transferred.
What do you say to people that cheat on their spouses or feel the need not to be faithful in the relationship or just faithful to things in general? People have the tendency to quit things when they don't like how they go.
Of course. Well, because it's tough. Because we don't see that on Instagram. You don't see the tough conversations that happen in long-term relationships. Of like, oh, dog, I don't think it's all about him. I think maybe I'm contributing something bad to this too. And so you think, oh, well, if it's no longer fun, I'm out. I have options. I don't have to do this. Instead of thinking in the long term of, this is what I would like to build. I would love to build it with you. So what do we need to do, and what do we need? What type of conversations do we need to have? What type of commitment do we need to have to get to that point?
Yes, yeah. You know, one of the things that I love, and we're getting ready to wrap up the show, guys. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I want to thank my amazing guest, Robin Kinnie from Motor City Radio. Listen, make sure y'all follow her, Motor City Woman Radio, Instagram, Facebook. I want to thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, Zsa Zsa. I have so much fun. Like, girl,
I just want to say,
Saturday.
Yeah, okay. What do you want to say to people who desire to be married?
Who desire to be married?
That desire to be married. They want to be in a marriage. You already said clear out a drawer, ladies.
Yeah. I mean, those were actual steps, and I don't know what I was reading at the time, but I knew I was ready to be married. So I enjoyed being single. So when I was ready to be married, it was a very conscious and intentional decision. It wasn't like, oh, I'll meet him when I meet him. Nope, you know what? I'm ready to be married now. I've done this single thing. I've lived this. I've had an awesome time. I'm ready to be married. Yeah. And at that time, I really focused in on who I wanted to be with. I wrote down, I had a notepad and wrote down all the characteristics that I wanted him to have. I did that. I cleared out the drawer. You talked about that. I talked to a professional to make sure my junk was clear. So I wouldn't attract, bozo number 7.
Okay.
And then I just fell in love with myself. I just poured myself into the things that I like to do. I like to go roller skating. I like volunteering at community events. I loved my job. And so I was like, he'll find me in my element.
In your element.
You know, at that time, I remember you used to be able to go to the library and rent a DVD.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was single and post. So, Blockbuster, that was some money. Ain't nobody going to Blockbuster all the time. That was like $6, $7. I'm about to pay this library card. So I live downtown. I would take the People Mover and go to the library and get DVDs. At that time, Campus Martians used to play free movies. I would go out there by myself. I had no problem
living.
You just live. And I was at work. I met my husband at work. I was at work, and it was who's that girl over there?
Ooh, hey girl.
And we had a mutual friend, and that was that.
That's beautiful. Listen, if you guys are out there celebrating Valentine's Day, just know before you're looking for love from anybody else, you definitely have to first love yourself.
Yes.
All the way through and through from the top of your head.
Buy yourself some chocolates and some flowers.
You hear me?
Have a hot bubble bath and get some nice oils and stuff. Pamper yourself. You have to teach people how to treat you.
Okay? Go watch something funny to get yourself in good spirits. Don't go watching no love. So now you cry.
Yeah. Why did I do this? No, you are 100% whole.
Okay?
You don't need somebody to make you whole.
You hear me?
Who told people that line in that movie?
It's men that aren't whole. It's men that aren't whole. It's women are whole. Because men are.
Because we bring into the equation. All right.
That's another show for another day. Listen, it's your girl Zsa Zsa. You're listening to I said it before I take it back. I'm gonna add more to it. I want to thank you all so very much for tuning in. Make sure you follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know Zsa Zsa. Listen, I want to thank my guest again, This is so amazing. I thank you. Listen, I thank you so much for tuning in. Listen, you want to be a guest on the show? Make sure you DM me, slide in my DMs, and say, "Hey, Zsa Zsa, I'm ready." Okay, so we can have you as a guest on the show. Until next week, peace.
Love yourself.
Yes, love yourself. Love yourself, but love nobody else.